from the heights of fame to the depths of a notorious jail. Sean Diddy Combs is now facing a harsh reality at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. In this video, we'll reveal 8 shocking details about his life behind bars, showing how drastically his world has changed. How does a superstar like Diddy survive in one of New York's most infamous facilities? Number 8. Horrific conditions. Let's start with the horrific conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. This facility has gained a reputation for being a total nightmare for inmates. Former detainees have shared alarming stories about their experiences, describing the facility as filled with unsanitary environments. Reports of rats and cockroaches scuttling through the halls are not uncommon. Some inmates have even claimed to find maggots in their food. How can a facility like this allow such conditions to persist? The Metropolitan Detention Center suffers from chronic understaffing. The facility often operates at about 55% of its full staffing capacity, which exacerbates the dire conditions. Many inmates report that they do not receive adequate medical care. Broken lights in cells are common, leaving many inmates in dimly lit conditions that can make everything feel even more bleak. Number 7. Violence and safety concerns. Now, let's get real about the violence inside the Metropolitan Detention Center. It's not just uncomfortable, it can be downright dangerous. Reports indicate that stabbings happen at least a couple of times each week. This creates a climate of fear among inmates, particularly for high-profile detainees like Sean Diddy Combs. His legal team has expressed serious concerns about his safety due to the volatile environment. How can anyone feel safe in such a place? The facility's reputation for violence is underscored by recent incidents, including multiple stabbings and fatalities among inmates. For example, Uriel White was killed in June 2024 during a violent altercation, and Edwin Cordero died shortly thereafter from injuries sustained in a brawl. Such incidents have prompted judges to hesitate in sending non-violent offenders to the Metropolitan Detention Center, as they recognize the dangers posed by its overcrowded and chaotic environment. Number 6. Special Housing Unit. To mitigate safety risks, Diddy is currently housed in the Special Housing Unit, which is designed for inmates requiring extra protection from potential threats posed by others. But here's the catch. While it offers some security, it isolates him from the general population. Inmates in the Special Housing Unit usually experience limited interaction with others and face stricter regulations. Living in isolation can be mentally taxing. Being cut off from social interaction when you're already feeling vulnerable is incredibly difficult. The Special Housing Unit is often viewed as a double-edged sword. While it provides safety from potential harm, it also exacerbates feelings of loneliness and despair. This isolation can lead to significant mental health challenges over time. Inmates may struggle with anxiety, depression, or other psychological issues as they are deprived of meaningful social interactions and activities that could help alleviate their stress. Number 5. Initial suicide watch. When Diddy first arrived at Metropolitan Detention Center, he was placed on suicide watch due to concerns about his mental health and safety as a high-profile inmate facing serious charges. This protocol involves constant monitoring, with 24-hour cameras and bright fluorescent lights always illuminating his cell. Each time he leaves his cell, he undergoes strip search procedures that many find humiliating and mentally taxing. How does this constant surveillance impact an inmate's sense of dignity? This practice of placing high-profile inmates on suicide watches has drawn criticism. It has been suggested that such measures are often punitive rather than protective. Critics argue that this treatment exacerbates mental health issues rather than alleviating them. Being under constant surveillance can create feelings of paranoia and anxiety, further complicating an already precarious mental state. Number 4. Strict daily routine. Let's talk about daily life inside the Metropolitan Detention Center because it follows a strict routine that leaves little room for comfort or freedom. Inmates typically wake up around 6 a.m. with meals served at designated times throughout the day. However, the quality of food has been described as terribly unappetizing and poorly prepared. leading former inmates to compare it to shoe leather. How do you think this affects their physical health? In addition to poor food quality, inmates face frequent lockdowns that restrict their access to essential services like showers and phone calls. These lockdowns often stem from ongoing violence within the facility, leading to extended periods where inmates are confined to their cells without adequate access to basic needs. Number 3. Limited privileges. Even though Diddy is a celebrity, he faces significant restrictions on his daily activities inside the Metropolitan Detention Center. Communication with the outside world is limited. Phone calls are monitored and capped at just 300 minutes per month. And email access is tightly controlled too. Only plain text messages without images or attachments are allowed. Visiting hours are also limited, requiring background checks for visitors. All of this adds to Diddy's sense of isolation during an already challenging time. Being cut off from friends and family when you need them most only intensifies feelings of loneliness. Number 2. High-profile inmate environment. Diddy isn't alone in this situation. He shares the facility with other notorious figures such as R. Kelly and Sam Bankman-Fried. This environment introduces an additional layer of complexity to his situation. While there may be some camaraderie among high-profile inmates, it also serves as a constant reminder of their precarious situations and serious legal troubles. Being housed alongside other well-known individuals can lead to unique challenges. While some may find solace in shared experiences, others may become targets for extortion or violence due to their fame or wealth. Number 1. Legal battles for bail. Amid these challenging conditions, Diddy's legal team is engaged in ongoing battles for bail. They argue that the Metropolitan Detention Center's conditions are unsuitable for pretrial detention and pose significant risks to his mental health. A new judge has been appointed to consider these requests. However, so far, they've been denied multiple times. The stress associated with navigating this legal maze adds another layer of difficulty to Diddy's situation. His team continues to advocate for his release on bail based on the facility's documented history of violence and neglectful conditions that could adversely affect his well-being. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to more updates on your favorite celebrities. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think Diddy will cope with these challenges? Thanks for watching.